Hello and welcome back. My name's Liam from The Basic Barista, and today we're talking about this, the Subminimal Subscale. In fact, we're going to be reviewing this, and we also might be comparing it to a cheeky little competitor over here called the Bruer, which is another digital dosing cup. So yeah, let's get into it. First of all, with the Subminimal, we've got this beautiful papery box followed by some foam. We've got a little warranty card that I'm going to be very careful not to show you, and a little quick get started card as well. This is what you get in the box. Nice matte black sort of feel. It simply lifts up, and then inside we've also got a little charging cable with a branded packaging. So all very nice from Subminimal over here. They know what they're doing. This definitely isn't their first product that they've released. This is the Subminimal Subscale. Essentially, it is a Triton plastic. If you've been in the coffee industry for long, Triton is one of the newer materials used for any sort of plastic part in the coffee industry. And this is largely to do with its food safety properties, BPA free, and also its heat retention. So yeah, this is not going to be melting. In fact, we actually poured both an espresso and a latte into this dosing cup, which I don't know if you could do with the other one. But the other really nice thing about this is it's just so sleek. Its design doesn't have any rough edges. You've just got this beautiful funnel shape, which is easy to pour your beans into and then pour them into your coffee grinder. At the base here, we've got a charging port for the charging cable I showed you before. We've also got this rubber ring here, which actually helps it to hold onto the table and not really fall over or slip over very easily. To turn it on, we simply press the button and we're greeted with a row of lights that say Subminimal, which is really cool. So you want to turn it on and just let it sit for a little bit, and this is going to allow the scales to tear out, and then when you put some coffee beans, it's going to display the weight. Now this shows in both grams and ounces. The cup itself has a capacity of around 50 or so grams. If you're weighing something heavier than coffee beans, like water or liquids of some form, you're going to probably hold maybe like 100 to 200 mils, around that sort of benchmark. But I can't imagine people using this for something like that. It's definitely more for coffee beans and similar stuff of that nature. The last thing I want to talk about is you can calibrate these with some calibrating weights, although they're not included with these scales. Finally, the last thing is that this is somewhat water resistant. It's not waterproof. So being able to wash this out and rinse it out under a tap is absolutely fine. What's not okay is fully submerging this or getting any of the base wet. So while it does have some waterproof properties to it, again, I can't imagine the applications of you wanting to fully submerge this. And finally, the last thing I want to mention about this is the display is really cool. It's somewhat invisible. So when this is off, you can't see the display. However, once you turn it on, those dots are bright enough to show both the text as well as the measurements that you're measuring. So yeah, really cool to see. Now let's get into the Bruer Scale Dosing Cup. This is relatively new. In fact, both of these are relatively new. We've got this cool blue packaging. Pricing, I believe that the Bruer is a little bit cheaper. This sits at around $95, and I'll have the price of the Bruer listed here. So included is an instruction guide or a manual, followed by, again, a charging cable. We've got this plastic cover, and then we've got the black Bruer dosing scale. So a couple of main differences is the display is at the top here. It's again invisible, so I don't know why, but we're unable to see the display here until it's actually powered on. Matte black design. This fits perfectly with a 58mm portafilter, which is really nice to see. Trying to put coffee grounds from this into a portafilter is an absolute nightmare, as you could imagine doing so just with a funnel like this. Doing it with this is very easy. Simply put the portafilter on, flip it over, happy days. Now, the only time that I could actually see that as a workflow scenario would be in a cafe, or if you've got coffee beans in a hopper, then you're not single dosing, and then you just have this sitting under the coffee grinder at home. Again, I'm not really sure how many people are doing that still, but maybe in an office space that would happen. But yeah, if you're brewing at home, chances are you're using a hand grinder or a single dose coffee grinder, so I can't really see the applications of that being too important for most people. I might be wrong, I'm not too sure. Another similarity is just like the Subminimal Subscale, we've got this silicone or rubber ring This entire base is also rubber, so it's not going to slip and slide anywhere. We've got a physical on and off feature, and already as soon as you turn it on, we've got a nice beep, and then again it tears out. So again, very similar to the Subscale. Both of these have a division of 0.1 of a gram, and I've found them both to be extremely accurate. So as far as like performance wise, straight out of the box, there's not going to be any issues, but because these are a new product, I haven't had enough time to experience which one's going to outlast the other. One thing I do want to mention, however, the Subminimal Subscale is more expensive. This Triton has a nicer matte black feeling compared to the Bruer Dosing Cup scale, and if that's important to you, then I'd probably lean more towards the Subminimal Subscale. Otherwise, if price is more of a driving factor for you, I would consider the Bruer Scale Dosing Cup. And that's it, guys. If you've got any questions about these two products, definitely leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.